Abuja mama ko from like a black media. Abuja audio bi a leaky a poppy out pa na ke black dia what dia na what dia sem. Abuja die mu ansa kwa audio bi a abranti we bi Emma ayo Otumfour one pa ye efa aye Galamsey won sensem no ho na audio no mu no ensem a ewo mu ni se aye Otumfour ayo obi a waye so coward usuru Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene na Addo danko Akufo-Addo efa Galamsey won sensem no enti ema ohia na Addo danko Akufo-Addo a wontimi enka ne woso ka kire no ewo Galamsey won sensem no eho eno da nchen so a chama wontimi so obi a ono so eba foma gudie na ene oba Ashanti region a bia bebre wo ho no ma chama wontumi so machines sisi wo no ma omode sensors ni nsu enso eno nso papa yi entimi nka abusia kasa ne koso ema ne traye eko Ghana ahemfo obi ti se doma hene ono nso agye ne die pa se doma hene nso ete honom ono nso entimi enka ho hwe ni nane se wo hwe doma hene ehwe Otumfour ehwe gamanche ehwe ahemfo akesi a ewo Ghana hasia se omutimi board esechire omose ne omano eka kire na Addo danko Akufo-Addo ka kire so wura asase no se wa momoden ama bonten ambe declare se wo bia nya Galamsey ni tu a yenso ye behwe se ye makwan ema wo ma ye kurumu ema meye campaign no at the moment ya sa publicity announcement ne be koso no sa Galamsey ni nyina etubetwa na audio ni mu no ensem bi to aso se seka Otumfour Anass na Addo danko Akufo-Addo se Ghana na yedi sika te se $100 billion atoso se onhwe no onye se sika we si a enka obeka se Ghana nyina ne dia enti mu obi amfane nsanka asase no ense no abusia kasa bi etoto so a na yehuni se kasa ense na emfata na mepese wo ka me ho na yekokotie kasa no baabi a efiri Anass aremeyaw Anass ene de sa audio we si aba yenya bi de ema enam so ama Kevin Taylor nso ade na no ato nsem we si bi mu a abusia ensem no ensem a emu awremo pa ye na mepese wo ka me ho na yakwaje nchiremu no ebesisi
sende meba asantima asase so se mekọ domafo asase so se mekọ ogwafo asase so na se bibi boni bia esi wa asase ne so a se bi onipa onam ogwa asase so no se bi enye ono na oman no ehye ne nsa onya ekurowura se mekọ doma kurowura no doma hene se meba asantima mu a kurowura Otumfour se tutu se meba emfantimemu a kurowura me ankasem wofa de kwesata mekọ ahunamemu a omu kurowura eni togbe kese a owa ahunamemu sana mekọ sirima a yana kese mekọ nzimamemu a mekọ de krobomemu a so every town, every city, every place, there should be the owner of that place. The same as when it comes to governance. We all can be presidents, but there's a reason why people are placed in the higher office to take all the incentives that comes with it. There's a reason why people are voted for. It is because they are voting to lead, and when you choose to lead, you need to take criticism and responsibility. So sepenyi di enimwa na se ekrone say na a specific thing is not going right. We don't make general statement. We don't say Galamsey is war. We all know Galamsey is an enemy to us. We all know Galamsey destroy yensasini yensu. We all know say Galamsey kukrono. But what we are missing is that we are supposed to call the leader who is in charge of Ghana today. We need to ask him the responsibility that comes with your job. Have you delivered? And I have seen continuously ahemfo impenifo kasa wa Ghana, they are moving away from asking them about their responsibility, the role as leaders. They are now generalizing the issue. Seriously. The reason why Galamsey abedu hano is because from the time we started speaking about Galamsey, edu impempensobia anase edu time bia, we are very broad in our statement. We are not specific. We do not call out our leaders and tell them and ask them that it is your responsibility. Today in Ghana, Say a pure gold, $100 billion gold so our circular. The president will say, as a CBA organ, the constitution says say he owns it. So if the president owns every single land in this country, per the constitution, then if we are speaking on Galamsey issues, Amas Asana say, we need to put the question to the president and his vice and say, you are the leaders. You are supposed to take responsibility. Because we can say all the things we want to say. We can use all the flashy words. We can try and sound more politically correct. We can do everything for people to think that we are neutrals. But somebody has to take responsibility. We need to start questioning the president. We need to start questioning the vice president. We need to start questioning the people who have been given the job. Because for past 8 years, people decided to step forward for us to give them a job. What was the reason why we gave them the job? Because we know that when we give them the job, they will stop some menace. Their leadership qualities, their almost stop it. So for 8 years, na se Sata Mekufu Addo power, na se Galamsey wo ho, na ende Galamsey no to me across the level again to me stop here. Then we need to blame the president and the party in government. This is not a time to sound politically correct. This is not a time to sound neutral. This is not a time to be generalizing issues. I was expecting Otumfour to look in the face of the president and say, you have failed the people of Ghana. Because for the past 8 years, you have been in charge. Because that is why Otumfour has the power and authority to distill a chief. Because the overlord of the land. He takes responsibility for anything that happens on that land. So why is it that we have handed Ghana over to a person, to a political party, to a leader? That is what Anass Akufo-Addo is referred to as the excellency. His excellency. He's referred to as the first gentleman. That is why Akufo-Addo has been given a big house to live in. We pay for his drugs, we pay for his medics, we pay for his family, we pay for where he will eat, where he will sleep, where he will bath. That is why we have taken it upon ourselves as a nation to take care of Akufo-Addo. His job is to lead. His job is to correct the wrongs. So if Akufo-Addo fails, if Akufo-Addo and his government after 8 years, almost 8 years, are not able to stop this, then they have failed. We should be strong enough. We should be honest enough to call out the president and say, Mr. President, you have failed the people because you were supposed to solve a problem. You need to take responsibility. Your party needs to take responsibility. We need to decide on what to do next. What to do next is that the party, the president and his people who took over for the last 8 years, who could not deliver, who could not solve, who are not taking responsibility, we need to stop them. And so this is the time I was expecting Otumfour to say, I'm also Ghanaian. This is the time the president needs to take responsibility. But in Penifo Kasa, in Kwarakasa, they are experts who come on TV, experts who come on radio. They are not specific about the issues. What we are doing today, we are making the Galamsey fight difficult. Lawyers cannot go to sites to come and tell us, say, Omako Humbibi, so the menace is going to stop. It's not. Yatiana Peace Council is a Christian council. Eso Mungu ka muse Portrim Kuko, Eko Galamsey site, Eko Tonya Menyom. At the end of the day, who is in charge? It is the president. It is the vice president. Why are we not directing our words to the president? Ebi na ndiyati Ghana, obi sorry I say, adentina mo sorry na mo bo Otumfour din. Adena o sorry na mo bo Otumfour din. Mo tai Otumfour. Nipa ni wi a say Otumfour yo hene kese. Asante your mind. Na sasante your mind o mind be na panyini ndi anim. So leaders take responsibility. Leaders like Otumfour needs to take responsibility because it comes with the job. Leaders like Akufo-Addo, he need to take responsibility. So we expect leaders like Otumfour to be bold enough, not a coward. So I see this statement as a coward statement. A coward statement because Otumfour is not ready to hold the bull by the horn. He's not able to tell the president in his face that all these people, over 34 million people, paid their taxes to take care of you. Your job was to make sure things like Galamsey stops. But from the time you took over, it has worsened. You have failed the people. So why are we digging around and why are we trying to please? Why are we glazing statements to make it look like say this Galamsey issue is a normal issue? It is not. Nobody should trivialize Galamsey because let me tell you, Galamsey problem it is bigger than COVID-19. Galamsey we are seeing It is bigger than COVID-19. We were here. And Otumfour said to Kachre said, these boys Samuel Abujina Pomachro statement say on the country Ghana for about Galamsey. And Otumfour said, I am not going to do it. I will do what is right. So what is stopping Otumfour from directing his message? Because me tie make say Kufuor de ontie. Ghana for do over 34.9 million so dey omo kasa kire Kufuor do ontie. But there's a reason why I see penifo krom. So this is the time we need leaders like Otumfour to be bold and not to be cowards, to stop being politically correct, because these kind of glazed words, these kinds of pampering, and then our grandchildren are going to die because we today could not live up to the expectations. We today were not bold enough to be Ghanaians to speak truth. You are powerful than any ordinary Ghanaian walking on the street. Your statement can shake tables. Your statement can crack the windows of the Jubilee House. So when you get the opportunity to speak for the people and we try to speak like this generally, then we are not ready to solve the problems. Into Mimi Huni say the reason why the NPP they continuously destroy our forest, our land, is because our leaders like Otumfour, Domahine, leaders like Awunahine, Kepkosehine, Omoma Kenyina Penifo Ahemfono, they are scared, they are cowards, they are pampering menace. COVID-19 by we saw what these people did to us. I want to say a simple thing here. The National House of Chiefs, former Ghana are in charge. Technically, local government, is for the chiefs. They are in charge of the respective lands they oversee. But Galamsey issue started, we have not seen or heard any strong language from the National House of Chiefs telling the president that he has failed the people. More importantly, when the president for once or for some time before told us he's putting his presidency on the line. So at this point, Kufuor to say he is basically he's moving away of running away from his responsibility. He's not going to listen to me. You tell a Kufuor to say when deliver, catch the MPP abina, they are not going to listen to you. So when Otumfour also speaks like me, then where are we heading? Say Domahine, say Mamponhine, say Ahemfo Akesio Mogana, when they speak like us who are on the streets, then it means our future is bleak. It means Saga we are never going to be able to solve it. Are we going to wait for power to change? For some chiefs to start calling out the president? Because we need to call out the president now. We need to let the president know it is his responsibility. It is important. And Otumfour to Ohinia, haka. And Otumfour to Ohinia, because it is basically confirming that he is the overlord. Now the overlord of Ghana for 8 years has not been able to solve Galamsey problem. Now you don't to work at a lawyer for say omonko site and kote committee. Then we are not ready. We are not ready to let them understand that in our faces the disrespect, in our faces the destruction, in our faces the total disrespect for the rule of law. We are not ready as leaders to let them be accountable for their stewardship. And Nintina Galamsey is ongoing. The National House of Chiefs is quiet. Why? Because they are not ready. They are not willing. They cannot speak and tell the president that he has failed. If Kufuor and Bawumia and MPP government, failure, and what next? And then so all the people making noise in Ghana about Galamsey, about all that, we are all blowing hot air because we have not been able to tell the president that his responsibility from the 7th of January 2017 was to stop this. I don't care who was in power. What I know is that all that I know is that the 7th of January 2017, Ghana was handed over to Kufuor and Bawumia. That is what I care about. I don't care about how it was handed over to them. I don't care about who was in charge. What I know is that today, car way keys, yeah, the amount. Whoever was driving the car, nobody cares. As far as you are a new driver, you need the new rules and regulations to drive that car. I have the right to question you. Semetam kama wenne. Now you're a driver. Now say uchika na 6 months. Now me fraud am catch say adana kai part way to where more untumi kan kire me say, oh okay, nipa na car kutaro no ordinary chikopem. The day I handed the car over to you, it is your responsibility to put that car in good shape. So there's no room here. We are supposed to stop this kind of conversation. This is basically telling the government they can keep on doing what they are doing. We should not be selective. And I don't hate Otumfour. I am trying to speak to the conscience of leaders in Ghana. Asofo, in I'm talking to chiefs. I am talking to that is the principles. So there are so many things that happen in this country are wrong. But for some reason, the leadership here, once in a while, we get people who are reasonable enough, who are honest enough, who basically put everything aside and speak truth to power. And that is what is lacking. Responsibility. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP, they need to take responsibility. This is their problem. This is their cause. They caused this havoc. Akufo-Addo caused this. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, the NPP government caused this. Because I want to ask the chiefs and the leaders in Ghana today. Senka Ghana yamo provision shop, Ghana yamo company, and Akufo-Addo are running it to this point. Will you start in public and use nice words? You will say this guy is a bad manager. I want to fire him because he has not lived up to expectation. Why is it that when it comes to Ghana, it becomes beautiful words? It becomes moving the responsibility and then giving it to people who cannot solve the problem. Today, if the president is willing to fight Galamsey, the president can come on national television 6 p.m. and tell every single mining company in Ghana to put their tools down. And every single mining company in Ghana was shut down. But because there's no will, because the vice president and the people in this government and the president himself, the will is not there. Because we have not been able to let him understand that we can pressurize him to do what we want. Because the will of the power of the people and Akufo-Addo be a president. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is being guarded by the constitution. And when they say the constitution is the holy grail of this country, which was written by we the people. If Akufo-Addo is willing to fight Galamsey, it does not matter the time. It does not matter the year. It does not matter how long it has taken. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo tonight can come on national television and say, I am the president of this land. I am giving an order in the next 5 hours. Every excavator in Ghana, whether commercial, private, illegal, shut down. I will come back and tell Ghanaians my next step. But Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo can't do it because he does not have the will. We have not made him feel he needs to be responsible.